Yo, what's up guys? This is TiensiNoAkuma here with my second new champion breakdown, in which case this time is Diana. So let's begin. So quick rundown on her abilities if you guys don't know. So her passive gives her passive attack speed, and it also gives her a special ability. On her third strike of any basic attack, there's an added bonus damage, and the damage is AoE, so it's kind of like Nocturne's passive. Just like that. It's exactly just like that, except it does magic damage and it also scales with AP. Keep in mind that all of her skills, aside from her E, which is a CC skill, all of them scale with AP. I would advise you not to build a lot of AP on her because it makes her really squishy, but I'll get into that later. For her Q skill, she throws a nuke in a line. I mean, not in a line, in an arc. And it's strange at first, but once you get used to it, it's quite easy to use. But basically, she throws a damage nuke in an arc, and anyone hit with that nuke gets this moonlight on them, and it means that she gets 2 seconds of vision on them. So you can throw it at Baron, and it will give you vision of Baron. You can throw it into a bush, and it can give you vision of the enemy if they're there and if you hit them. It will not give you vision if they go into stealth mode. You can't see them, and it also doesn't give you vision if you just throw it into the bush. You have to hit something before it gives you vision. Anyways, so her W spell is well, her W skill creates creates 3 orbiting spears. That's how they say it. And basically, whenever it touches something, as also spheres touch something, it explodes and it does a little small AoE damage. And what happens is once you cast her W, it gives her a little small shield. And once all of your orbs explode, if all of them explode, if they don't explode, this doesn't happen. But if they all explode, your shield will be renewed again. You'll get another shield. So it's preferable to cast it first, let the shield drop, and then try to get your orbs to pop again and get that shield back up. That's the best situation. As for her E, she basically has an AoE Darius grab. So basically, she draws in and slows all nearby enemies. Basically, it's exactly like Orianna's ult, except it doesn't deal any damage and it slows the enemy for 2 seconds. It's a pretty good skill, but it doesn't deal any damage. So it's nice when you're trying to group the entire enemy together, trying to get someone back when they're running away. As for her ult, it's called Lunar Rush, and all she does is just jump on an enemy and deal damage. That's it. It's basically like Akali's ult and Katarina's Shunpo. It's exactly like that. Now, what makes it different than Akali's ult and Katarina's Shunpo is, first of all, the CD is 20 seconds. So because it's 20 seconds, that's a spammable ult. You can use it just to farm. You can use it to do anything you want because it's just a 20-second CD. So what makes it different from other jumping ults is that it refreshes off cooldown if you cast it directly after someone has Moonlight on them. And let me review. Moonlight is something that only gets applied if you land a Q on your enemy. So keep this in mind. If you land your Q on an enemy and you cast your ult, the cooldown is completely refreshed. But all of the Moonlights that have been put onto any of the enemies will immediately disappear. For example, if you hit 5 people with your Q and you use your ult on one person, all of that Moonlight effect on the enemy will disappear immediately after you land your ult. So keep that in mind. But either way, her skill set is really great, and we'll just get straight into farming right now. She is a pretty good farmer. All you have to do is quite simple. You hit E, you hit Q, you hit W, and you hit R. Basically what you're doing is you hit E to get all of the minions grouped up in one area, and then once they're in that small area, you can cast your AoE spells, which is your Q and your W. Like I said, your W does explode and has a little small AoE when it hits something. So as long as everything is grouped together with your E, then your W should hit every single creep. So it's quite simple. You hit E, get all the creep in, hit Q, hit as many as possible, hit W, and finish off whatever's still alive with your ult and basic attacks. So, yeah. When you're harassing the enemy, use your Q to put a moonlight on the enemy. Then you can use your ult to jump onto them, and your ult will be immediately refreshed. Then you can continue auto-attacking them now that you're right next to them, and use your E, of course, to give you that extra shield to negate damage and also deal more damage. And once they get further away, you can use your W or you can use your R just to deal a little bit more damage. Okay, that's how you harass. And also, since everything is on short cooldown, you can basically use every single skill when you're harassing. I would not recommend using your W when you're harassing because it actually has a longer CD than your ult, which is kind of strange. You really wouldn't think that a basic skill would have a longer CD than an ult does, but it does. It has a longer CD. It's about 30 seconds at level 1 compared to 20 seconds for her ult. So, like I said, when you're harassing, try not to use your W unless you can guarantee that you won't be needing it later. Most auto attack carries like Diana here has the same combination of skills to harass and to kill. It's just how many times you use it. So basically use your harass combo and rinse and repeat until you can guarantee a kill with your ult or with any of your skills. When playing against Diana, there are a few things you should keep in mind. First, she has absolutely no reliable hard CC, aside from her AoE grab, I guess. And even then, it's on a 30-second cooldown. She can't spam it. So once she uses it once, that's it. So if she's playing a tank, if she's playing tank Diana, you can completely ignore her. She won't be dealing too much damage, and her ability to zone someone out is actually not that great. So if she's playing tanky and doesn't deal too much damage, just completely ignore her. But if she is building straight up damage, she will destroy people. So if she's building up damage, she should be pretty squishy, considering the fact that she doesn't have any good tanking abilities. She just has a small shield, and that's it. And as soon as that shield drops, she's just an extremely squishy champion. So use that to your advantage if she's playing a more damage heavy build, and just take her out as quickly as you can. Diana can have two roles in a team. It depends mostly on how you build her. If you build her as a tank, your job is to grab a slow item like a phage or a frozen mallet and peel for your ally. Peeling, the definition of peeling is keeping the enemy away from your allies. Basically, for example, if you have an AD carry and the enemy tank is trying to zone your AD carry out and try to keep them away from a fight, your job is to keep that person away from your AD carry. And if you're not playing a tank, if you're playing AD carry, your job is to assassinate the enemy carry. Deal as much damage as you can. Diana, if going damage, does a ton of damage, which makes a lot of sense since basically all of her damaging spells all scale with AP, and she is a monster if she builds a lot of damage, as you can see here. So your job is to take out the AD carry as quickly as possible if you're building damage. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys want to see more, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And remember that once a month, a lucky subscriber will win $10 in riot points. So thanks, bye.